This is probably the most challenging record you have ever put on your turntable. Its purpose is to challenge the performance potential of your stereo equipment by providing an amazing array of testing devices for high-level checkout, and at the same time to present peak musical performances designed for the connoisseur of sound reproduction. Side number 1 of this stereo checkout record contains technical data necessary to enable you to properly adjust and calibrate your stereo system. The tests mentioned herein may be accomplished either orally or with the aid of a suitable rectifier or vacuum tube voltmeter. It is only necessary to connect the terminals of this voltmeter across the terminals of your speakers. The first sound you hear will be a 1,000 cycle tone at 100% modulation on both channels of 40 seconds duration. Set the volume control in your stereo system at the preferred listening level, or a level to enable you to achieve a convenient meter reading. At this point, balance your speakers for equal output. You will now hear the same 1,000 cycle tone at 100% modulation on the left channel. This 1,000 cycle tone at 100% modulation will be heard on the right channel. You will now hear a 1,000 cycle tone down 10 decibels in volume from the 100% modulation tone. This tone should be heard through both of your speakers in stereo as a check on your previous adjustments. If you have a suitable meter, the following series of tests will be of special interest to you. If, however, you are not using a meter, we have provided additional tests that will prove most interesting and instructive. The next series of tones are provided so that you may obtain a frequency response check of your entire stereo system. Do not change the volume control as set with the previous 1,000 cycle tone. Set meter or measuring equipment for a convenient reference reading. To prepare a test record for practical use and level requirements, we have limited the test frequencies to a range extending from 30 cycles to 10,000 cycles. This should not, however, be construed to mean that these limits are the frequency range limits of command records. Command records are recorded wide range from 10 cycles to well beyond 15,000 cycles. Our recording characteristics are, in addition, based on RIAA standards, and your compensation or tone control should be set to the RIAA point as indicated on your preamplifier for the following tests. We suggest that you plot the varying responses as indicated on your voltmeter on the enclosed graph paper so that a calibration curve can be shown. High and low frequency controls can then be adjusted until the meter reading at all frequencies from 10,000 cycles down to 30 cycles is as nearly constant as possible. Variations of approximately 2 decibels in output voltage are considered acceptable at the extreme high and low frequencies. Here is 10,000 cycles minus 10 decibels on both channels. $8,000 cycles. $6,000 cycles. $4,000 cycles. $2,000 cycles. $1,000 cycles. $700 cycles. $500 cycles. $250 cycles. $100 cycles. $50 cycles. $30 cycles. You will now hear a 1,000 cycle tone at 100% modulation so that you may once again determine the output characteristics of your stereo system. Listen now to a series of clicks to check the correct phasing of your speakers. The sound should appear to come from the midpoint between your speakers. If it seems to come from behind the speakers, your speakers are out of phase, and the leads to one of your speakers should be reversed, or the phasing control on your preamplifier should be moved to the opposite position. Because of the extreme high and low frequencies, as well as the many harmonics inherent in the piano, we have chosen this instrument to help you determine if your speaker locations are in the best possible position. Room acoustics play a very important part in the reproduction of sound frequencies. Therefore, be sure that you are hearing the same quality of music from each speaker. We will hear the piano first from the left channel. And now, the right channel. We have, at this point, completed our basic command stereo checkout. For those audiophiles who suspect, however, that their turntable may be developing a rumble, we will now provide 60 seconds of unmodulated grooves so that this condition may be readily detected. Should this condition not apply to your turntable, we suggest that you now turn to the reverse side of this record and let us demonstrate to you musically that command stereo represents not only the attainment of the highest technical standards, but artistically recorded music that is intensely interesting as well as exciting.